Hello. I thought I would just jump on and just do a little check in during this time of intense turbulence, probably for most people internally as well as outside in the world. I can tell you from my personal experience and my life that a lot is coming up for me personally. A lot to look at, a lot of shadows of the way of that I've gone through my life, the way of being, the way that I've moved throughout the world in a sense of putting actions at the forefront of my values and choosing action over beingness at times. And there's huge parts of me that do drop into beingness and that can drop into beingness, but I'm really being shown my values and what I'm valuing. And it can be tough. It's hard lessons to look at. And this is happening inside my world. And then each of us have our own worlds out there. And then the world has its own world, and there's so much being shown to all of us in these larger time frames and the collective consciousness. And it's a lot. 2020 has been a lot, and it will potentially continue to be a lot. So I wanted to come on here and just share a little bit about that within myself, and also offer just a few things that just come to me that may support you at this time. We want to just take it back to basics, because if things do begin to even heat up more and more and more, and heat up mean, potential breakdown of old systems, potential violence, potential breakdown of the financial system in a capacity. All these things can cause this huge unsettledness in people. And what's ultimately happening is these structures, these belief structures that the world has run on for many years are crumbling. And this could just be fluke, this could be timing. I feel it's heavily to do with astrology. At the start of the year, I think it was the 12th of January 2020, Pluto hits Saturn, and there was a huge sort of interaction between those planets. And it happened every 500 to 700 years that this happens. And Pluto's about transformation and death. Saturn is about structures and stability. So Pluto's coming in to smash structures and stability that are no longer in integrity, or that weren't built on integrity. And I remember walking with a friend in the park in January. And I was telling her a little bit about the world and finances and the system. And she said, yeah, but President Trump loves, finances. He loves the system. He's going to make sure that it doesn't go down, that it doesn't crumble, that it doesn't get affected. And I said, that's just one person. And if we're talking about Saturn and Pluto, these huge planets that carry so much potency and power on this hologram frequency that we are living in, that we call life, one person can't change that. And even if our whole humanity, they will come in and they will make stuff happen. And we're seeing that. And we're seeing this breakdown, and we're seeing it build up. But I'd be very, very careful around this, financial uptrend. I'd just be careful around that if you're investing in these things. So just be cautious. Tune into your truth. But coming back to basics, if things do start to move more intensely, what can we do? We can come back to the body, the physical body. So supporting the physical body, natural foods, healthy foods, foods that are full of antioxidants, that are grounding, whole food vitamin C, grounding foods like root vegetables, getting some fats, getting some protein, getting some fruit, vegetables, just natural whole foods, really, really important. We can go to the spirit, having alone time, like coming into presence, coming into prayer or coming into silence, whatever it is for you, and just tuning into your heart, tuning into your body and asking and being grateful for what is, and then asking for what you're praying for or what you want or what guidance or what is there, like really nourishing that soul and asking for connection, reconnection, further connection to life. Then there's the mind. Really weeding out those thoughts, because our mind creates our reality. So weeding out those thoughts of lack, of scarcity, of jealousy, of whatever it is, and weeding them out. And because you do create your thoughts. We are awareness, and we can attach to the thought, or we can pull back from the thought and watch the thought and see it run, not give it attention, and then choose what we actually want. Very important. Detoxing and honing the mind. And then the emotions, accepting that there is challenging emotions within all of us. There's pain, there's suffering, there's sadness, there's intensity, there's anger, there's frustration. We carry all these emotions, and they're crying out for our attention, our acceptance, our love, our listening, to really listen to these sensations, to these emotions in our body. Reconnection to our earth, getting our bare feet on the ground, getting fresh air, getting movement, moving our body through life, going for a walk, visually seeing life move past us, feeling the air, feeling the breeze. This is all very, very basic things, but we need to take things back to basics when things start to intensify. If we don't have that groundedness in our truth, in what's real for us, and our connection to our mind, emotions, body, spirit, the earth, that's where we're going to find stability. That's where we're going to find safety. That's where we're going to find groundedness. So this was just a little message to myself. This is a message to you. This is a message to whoever wants to hear this message, that it's time that we just bring it back, that we come deep into ourselves, that we find that silence, that we find that stillness, that we find that connection to the plants, to Mother Nature, to our breath. And in that, we will intuitively listen to the guidance of life, because life is always supporting us, even when it gets intense. And yeah, this is just something that wanted to be shared. So all the best on your journey at this time. 2020 is a big year for all of us. It's a big shift. Many people have been praying for this shift, but in this shift there may be destruction, chaos, as the systems break down. So find your center, find your stability through the chaos. Be the eye of the storm. Okay, with love.